Alrighty, so what is up, YouTube? Look like we have another story here that dropped. This here is about the new game that is coming out about the Black Samurai in from Japan. Looks like Thomas Lockley has allegedly some lies that has been that I'm sorry. Oh my God, I can't talk today. So Thomas Lockley looks like there have been some lies exposed by the Japanese government on this particular guy here. So we're gonna do some reading here today, guys, and we're gonna see exactly what happened. We're gonna do quite a bit of reading here, so just stay with me. Be patient. We're gonna get through this together. So, yep. Without further ado, let's take a look here at this article. Japanese government exposes another lie of Assassin's Creed Shadows collaborator Thomas Lockley. Okay, and I believe that's Thomas Lockley right there. Yeah. So, starting off here, the interesting part is not until we get like down up in here, but we're gonna go ahead and just see where all of this extends from. So let's go ahead and just read from the top here. So, Locally collaborated with Ubisoft on Assassin's Creed Shadows for an episode of the company's Echoes of History podcast titled Yasuki, the first African Samurai podcast. The description of the episode states Yasuki. I'm sorry. Now it just the name just looks like one of those sayings that when you playing on Street Fighter and then you be like Yaduki instead of what you'd be like Yasuki. All right. Anyway, so Yasuki is one of the most captivating and yet mysterious figures within Japanese history. In 1581, at the height of the Civil War, he crossed paths with the country's most powerful warlord, Oda Nobunaga. Their meeting bound the two men together and set Yasuki on a path to becoming the first known samurai of African descent in Japan. Delving into the history behind one of the two main characters in the latest Assassin's Creed game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Matt Lewis and Thomas Lockley examine the few surviving historical sources to reveal what we know about Yasuki, Japan's first African samurai. It adds, the description concludes with making it clear it's produced by Ubisoft. Echoes of History is a Ubisoft podcast brought to you by History Hit. Okay. First passage. Let's go ahead and scroll down here. Podcast host Matt Lewis also introduces the episode saying, in case you haven't heard, the chance to see in I'm sorry. Let's restart that little passage over again. In case you haven't heard the chance to see it yet, the world premiere trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadows was released and you can see it takes place in feudal Japan. This is a time famous for its samurai and ninjas, an era rich in history, culture, and stories. For the next few episodes in this series, we'll be exploring this fascinating period in history. So far, we've traveled back in time to Sengoku period, sowed the seeds for the unification of Japan and culture. Oh my God. And culture collider with the arrival of the Portuguese missionaries on Japanese shores. Oh my God. Guys, just bear with me. He continued, today we're tracing the story of a key figure in this era of upheaval, Japan's first black samurai, Yasuki. As one of the main two characters in Assassin's Creed Shadows, you will get to see the world of feudal Japan through the eyes of the legendary African samurai. But how and when did Yasuki end up in Japan? What was his journey to becoming Japan's first black samurai? And what can his story tell us about life in Sengoku, Japan? To find out more about this notorious and yet mysterious figure from Japanese history, I'm joined by Thomas Lockley, associate associate professor at Nihon University in Tokyo and author of African Samurai: This True Story of Yasuki. Clearly, Ubisoft brought in Lockley due to his work on African Samurai. So, okay, so this is just the intro, guys. This is not got juicy yet. I promise you, it's coming. um, so let's go ahead and continue here. So, due to his work on African Samurai, the true story of Yasuki, however, as initially reported by Tebu at Minimal Effort Podcast, the Gunma prefecture noted that locally misinterpreted the word kur- Kuroho during a television special titled Black Samurai Yasuki, the African samurai who served Nobunaga. In the archives of the Gunma Prefecture's website, a question is asked. I have heard that an ancient document in the Gunma Prefectural archives contains a description of a Kuroho black man. Is this true? As translated by Deep L, the government entity responded in the Korima family document. Got some codes here. Letter of Kiyomasa Kato, year unknown, addressed to Mataza. What? Oh my. Yeah, we're going to just skip over the words that it is pretty much impossible for me to say, and I do not want to just spit these words out wrongly and maybe offend someone. So let's go ahead and just keep this moving. So, addressed to M word, S word, and others. The word Kurohu appears in a description related to Hideyoshi Toyotomi's invasion of Korea. In Black Samurai, Yasuki, the African samurai who served Nobunaga, broadcast on NHK on March 30th, 2021. Thomas Lockley, associate professor of Nihon University, stated that the Kurohu mentioned in this document may be the successor of Yosuke, a black samurai who served Oda Nobunaga. The document is a Kurohu document. Okay. All right. So yeah, this this article is very long-winded. So let me go ahead and just kind of skip you guys through here, man, because there is no way we're gonna sit here and just be able to read out this whole entire thing with all of these kind of words in here. So I want to get to the part where I stopped off at to go ahead and address you guys here and go through this with us all together. Let me see if I can find it. And yeah, let me see. So here's to be. Okay, all right. So yeah, this is where the lie comes in at. So let's go ahead and come back here. So here, they continued. First of all, we at the archives have not recognized this Kurohu as a black person at all. And we are surprised by Mr. Lockley's suggestion. In fact, whether or not this Kurohu was Yasuki, there had been a view that he was presumed to be black. Nakashima Rikuhakoki, 16th century late Kyushin Southeast Asia trade. At this point, however, it is difficult to make a definite determination since the blacks appear in only one place in this document. For example, the word Kuroho also appears in the tale of Genji or Genji, which means Kuroho, needed incense, needed incense, and seems to occur frequently in Japanese classics. In addition, some of our staff members have suggested that it would be more natural to see it as a description of an object rather than a person. Okay, that's very interesting. Because you see, you got this company trying to make a game about this black person that was in Japan in the 16th century that may not even be a true um, person in history. So like this is very important, guys. This is very important. We have to go ahead and just get through this here. How much time do we got left on this? Yeah, so we got us about 6 minutes. So let's go. Let's see. 16th century Lakers, for example, the word appears. Okay, which means since this seems okay, we were here. In addition, some of our staff members have suggested that it would be more natural to see it as a description of an object rather than a person. When reading our documents, based on the above, it is the opinion of the archive staff of the museum that it is difficult to immediately conclude that Kurohu is a black person at this point in time, it concluded. Okay. This appears to be one of the many lies Lockley has told. One of the biggest he's told is that he has had nothing to do with Assassin's Creed Shadows. He posted on Facebook before shutting it down. Thank you for your support over the years due to hate mail connected with Assassin's Creed game, with which I have nothing to do and have no intention of playing, but many people seem to think I am responsible for. I will be freezing this account. I hope not forever, but who knows? Okay, yep, and this is the passage here. Okay, clearly, Lockley did indeed collaborate with Assassin's Creed Shadows, given his appearance on the podcast promoting the game and justifying Yasuki being the game's protagonist. Okay, all right, so pretty much, yeah, this game here is already turning out to be a very controversial game. It's not even like completely made yet, because this is a big deal, because if this person was never in history and then they're making a historical game about this person, but this person have never existed, it'll change the entire um it'll change the entire story of the game. It'll change like pretty much everything about the game would be different, and like it would be more of a fictional when they purposely went out to make a factual game, or not factual but close to it, pretty much a historical piece, in the game. So yeah, I'm gonna continue watching this story here, guys. So if anything else comes out, I will be here to notify you guys when it does. So go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and I'll be back with you on the next one.